mother-in-laws, that's grandparents, are so nice to their grandkids, extremely nice to a fault. They wouldn't even want any harm to befall them. So I'm just wondering. I'm really wondering, and I'm in a shock, really, because I don't really understand the logic behind um the tussle with the daughter-in-law. That's daughter-in-law versus mother-in-law. It's really a challenge. I know cases by which mother-in-law stood their ground, stood it strong, and told the son to divorce the woman. Of course, these days we hear a lot of things from youths, especially the female, that's the ladies. Hearing things like, I don't pray to have a mother-in-law. That means you're praying for your mother-in-law to die? Really? I'm telling you life experience, because I have heard lot of women, ladies saying that they would prefer their mother-in-law to be dead than being alive. I have heard it several times, on several occasions. I have heard this. Praying for your mother-in-law not to be alive. And then someday you would want to be a mother-in-law to your son's wife. That is really serious. Now, the next one, listen to your mother-in-law's advice. Even if you don't take it, even if you're not in agreement with it, listen to her advice. You know why? She has seen more Christmas than you have seen, or that you can ever see. Let me use that word for those people who tend to live so long. Of course, you see some persons living even above 100. She has experiences. The path in which you are taking, she has taken that path. Of course, she was sometimes someone's daughter-in-law. So she has experience. Don't talk bad about your spouse to your in-laws, especially to your mother-in-law. Don't go saying things concerning your husband to her, because that is her son. And no mother would want to hear nasty things about the child. Of course, she might call him to order, but she would not like that. Whatever differences you're having with your hubby or your partner should be resolved amicably, and not involving a third party, knowing fully well that most mothers do that, but some don't. Some don't. I will also tackle mother-in-laws own, because some mother-in-laws also have their own issues. They have issues. Sometimes I see it as age, of course, because when they grow older, they tend to think like a child. They tend to act like a child, think like a child, behave like a child. Now, let me go quickly. I said this is part 1. We're going to be talking about it also tomorrow, which will be the part 2 side of the topic. Ways to be a great mother-in-law. I said it, I was going to also hit on the mother-in-laws, because some mother-in-laws can be so troublesome and so annoying. Of course, I do know. But the good thing is, if you can avoid them, it can never be possible for a mother-in-law to live with you forever. It can never be possible. So I don't know why some daughter-in-laws can't really endure just for a very short period of time, especially those that their mother-in-law stays with them. Ways to be a great mother-in-law. 1, That's, I'm talking to the mother-in-laws now, because family circle is 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 largely heard by so many, and I know some persons will be hearing me today who are mother-in-laws, or are supposed to be mother-in-laws in a very short period of time. That's their son getting married soon. Please pay attention. Recognize that your role in your child's life has been downgraded. Recognizing that fact. Recognizing that fact. 2. Be happy and positive when talking to or about your new daughter-in-law. Be happy. Be happy. Tend to be happy. Always be happy when talking to her. 3. Don't be nosy. Mother-in-laws can be so nosy. They can actually be so nosy. Nosy. Very, very nosy. They can. Poke-nosing into affairs that doesn't concern them because they feel that's their son. Of course, it's okay, but not making it frequent. It shouldn't be frequent. Play fair. Play fair, especially those mother-in-laws staying with their children, that's staying with the son. Play fair. If you hear anything regarding your son, don't take sides because he is your son. That lady is also your daughter. Forget about the mother-in-law stuff and the rest. If the lady agrees to marry your son, who is your son, of course, she automatically becomes your daughter. So you don't look at her in that look of being someone else's child. For you to agree to hand your son over to a lady, to a woman, of course, you should have agreed to take her as your child also. Play fair. Keep your opinions to yourself. Keep your opinions to yourself. If you have any opinion, especially opinion that doesn't make sense, please keep it to yourself, because you can actually say that thing and it will trigger something else. Keep it to yourself. Instead, channel prayers. Channel it into prayers. Instead of saying it to trigger any offense or any issue. Avoid choosing sides. Of course, that's the same thing by playing fair. Avoid choosing sides. Don't take sides. Don't take your son. Don't take sides, especially taking sides of your son. Don't do that. Doing that means that you have just opened yourself up to telling your daughter-in-law that you don't have any regards for her. Now, I want to address an issue. Some persons actually accuse their mother-in-law of witchcraft. I wouldn't know about that because I'm not in that situation, so I wouldn't know. But before you take that step of addressing or accusing someone of witchcraft, I think you must have gotten enough evidence to back it up, because you don't just accuse someone of something they are not. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Some persons, before they got married to the husband sent gifts, sent things to the parents. After marriage, the husband in fact, he doesn't even send a penny. He doesn't send a penny anymore. Now, left for you, what will you think? Would you think that the daughter-in-law is the one making these triggers? Would you think so? Of course. You would definitely think, or you would definitely assume the daughter-in-law is the one championing the cause. I'll be going for a musical break. When I come back, I suppose we are not on Facebook. We are on Facebook. Okay, we're on Facebook. So we will not be going for a musical break because Facebook doesn't allow such. So we'll be opening phone lines because I'm taking this topic part 1 and part 2 so that we can continue tomorrow. But before we continue tomorrow, let me give one more point, then I'll be opening phone lines for viewers to call in. How to handle a difficult mother-in-law. This is the last phrase I'm going to be taking. Last phase, then I'll open phone lines for viewers to call in. How to handle a difficult mother-in-law. Don't raise your voice at her. She may get on your nerves and drive you to frustration, but avoid the temptation to yell at her. Avoid that temptation. You can't even yell at her. Why should you? Someone that is old enough to be your mother? Ha! It's an error. It's an error for you to ever think of raising your voice on your mother-in-law. Not to even think of raising your hands. Some persons actually beat up their mother-in-law. I'm not saying stories. I know of someone, of course it's quite a long time, of someone who the mother-in-law went to their home to visit them. And then the old woman, this is a life story, the old woman wanted to take her bath, and she went into the bedroom, of course, to take her bath, and saw a towel. Now she used the towel to dry her body, not knowing that the towel belongs to the daughter-in-law. Now the daughter-in-law saw the mother-in-law, who actually finished bathing, used her towel, was asking who used the towel. The mother-in-law said, oh, she's the one. And guess what? The daughter-in-law used the towel and slammed it at the mother-in-law's face. Life story. Life story. Slammed it on her face. And then the towel brushed her eyes. Brushed her eyes so well that the mother-in-law was just crying for pains. And over time, that particular action caused the mother-in-law to lose one of her eyes. One of her eyes, she couldn't see properly with that eyes, because in fact they tried all they can, medical aid, they used medical measures, they used herbal measures, for where? That was how that woman lost one part of her eyes. Mother-in-laws and daughter-in-laws, how can you use a towel and slammed it on someone that actually gave birth to your son, to your husband? Huh? How possible is that? Please, that is the height of wickedness and hatred. That is the height of it. The highest height of it. There are some ladies who they really deal with their mother-in-laws. They don't even want to use their eyes to see their mother-in-laws. Their mother-in-law is like an enemy, an arch enemy to them. I don't know what your reasons are, but I don't think it should be so. I don't think so. And some men are not even taking it serious. Now the phone number to call in is 090-4767-1338. That is the phone line to call in. And I'll be giving like I said earlier on, updates on some certain issues we had. Few days ago, I decided to put my phone line on air for viewers to call in, because I found that so many of them are complaining they really want to talk to me personally without coming on air. And I decided to do that because the essence of this program is to reach out to people who are really in need of advice and how to go about their homes. And I am very pleased to announce that out of 10 issues we have or we had with marriage. We were able to settle. We were able to settle about 2 homes, and they are living happy. They are living very comfortable and happy. As I'm talking to you now, we are now husband and wife. Before they were not husband and wife, but now their union is already bounded in love back, and I'm so happy we were able to help in that area. I'm really really happy, because that is the essence of this program. That is the essence. I'm very happy. I don't want to mention their names. I'm very happy for them. Two of them today gave reports, and the advice we gave, they applied it, and it actually worked. That is the um, that is the most important thing in this program. That is the most important thing. So for the remaining 8, we're still working on it, hoping that it will come out well and successful. And I also met with Mrs. Patience. I don't know if you remember. That's my listeners. If you remember, a lady called on Monday saying she needs financial assistance from Nigerians because she's having issues with her leg. I met with her today. She came to the office today, and I spoke to her at length, and I also went through some of the documents she brought to confirm her claim. Of course, we'll also do something about that. By God's grace, we'll be giving you guys more information on that. But I just wanted you guys to know that I actually met with her and we spoke at length. So as the day progresses, we'll be giving updates on that also. Now the phone line to call is 09047671338. That is the phone line to call. This is Independent Radio 89.7 FM Abuja, and you are listening to Family Circle on Independent Radio with Esther Usetim, the family builder. Hello, good afternoon, good evening. What's your name and where are you calling us from? Yes, good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from? From During. Okay, go on, please. We can hear you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Mm, 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 mm. Yes. Mm. Yes. Yes. Mm. 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 Yes. It won't. Don't worry. Just continue what you're doing. It won't change. It is when she realized that you are actually changing, that is when they tend to want to change also. Mm. Of course. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. Right. Yes. Mm. 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 Yes. Yes. Mm. Thank you so much. I really appreciate. You're welcome. All right, bye. Yes, that is well said. Hmm. Do you know? I know of a lady who takes her mother in law for a spa. Yeah. When she's going for her own spa, she just carries her mother in law as a handbag and they go together. When they are done, they go to the market together. How do you think such mother in law will ever oppose that woman? Never. Never. Why won't you apply wisdom? Because the woman is trying to live with you for a very short period of time, you tend to be very violent with her. How? Now thinking that your mother-in-law would want to compete with you. How possible is that, please? How possible is that? I I detest women that have issues with their mother-in-law. Especially when the innocent woman is so innocent. You just don't like her. How? Please. I know what I'm saying, oh. I am not taking sides, but I know what I'm actually saying. Some mother-in-laws have suffered in the hand of the daughter-in-law. They have suffered, especially those aged ones living in the village. Nobody to care for them, nobody to send money for them. Ah, it is well. It is well. See, like I said when I started, what goes around comes around. Whatever you will not want to eat, don't dish it out to someone else. Because if you do, you must definitely eat it. You cannot eat your cake and have it. Someday, you would definitely be a mother-in-law. How do you think you'll be treated? Hello, good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from? Okay, go on. I can hear you. Okay, go on. Hmm. don't know if I lost that call. Yeah, I did lose that call. There is no problem on earth that will make you to raise your hands on an elderly person, not to talk of your husband's mother. Can you beat your parents? Can you beat your mom up? Can you actually beat your mom? It's a curse. How can you, no matter what she did to you? Hello, good evening, what's your name and where are you calling from? Good evening, what's your name and where are you calling from? Okay. Of course. Mm. Yes. It is. Amen. 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 Thank you so much. Yes, ma. Thank you. I can't imagine how someone would treat a fellow human being like a like an animal or like a piece of trash. And you intend to live old and see your grandchildren, knowing fully well that your little son who is just growing up will someday get married and you will automatically become a mother-in-law too. Ha! It is really heartbreaking. It is. It is. Why treat why treat that old woman the way you are treating her? Why? A woman that did not kill the man that you are married to, that you are claiming to be your husband. And some husbands just keep quiet. They will tell you they are trying to avoid trouble. How possible is that? That you will be alive, your wife will maltreat your mother, and you will keep quiet, watching her do that? And then when her own mother comes to visit, she expects you to treat her mother like a queen, and then your own mother will be treated like a slave? Some things are really happening, that one needs to ask questions. You will see her own family member will come. She will treat them so nicely. Now, when the husband's own people come, she becomes so violent. How? No matter what your mother-in-law will do to you, no matter what. Do you know what? In fact, it will even hurt her the more when she treats you like she doesn't give you any value, and then you on your own part decide to respect her and give her the place that she ought to. That's her position as a mother-in-law. Do you know that that woman will go and sit down to rethink? I know it's not easy, but wisdom is supposed to be applied in such situation. When she treats you badly, you treat her nicely. You give her money, you give her care, give her affection, give her love. She on her own will change, except if she's a witch. Yes. Treat your mother-in-law. Treat her like a queen. Please. I'm begging. This generation, I don't know where we are heading to. I don't know that you will see a single lady who is not even married, who is not even sure of getting married, will be saying that she prays her mother-in-law dies, or she doesn't want to have a mother-in-law. Someone that is not even married yet. Oh. She doesn't even have any vision of getting married in the nearest future. No man has even proposed. In fact, the one that is even proposing has been proposing more than 5 years. And then your wish is for you not to have a mother-in-law. How possible is that? Please. Wickedness does not pay. It doesn't pay. Sometimes their attitude can actually be as a result of their age. Look at it properly. It can actually be as a result of their age, maybe because as they are getting older, they tend to do things like babies, like children. So you treat her gently. It is well. In fact, I had to take this topic today because I know some persons who have really hurt their mother-in-law so badly. So bad. So bad. Such persons needs to go and ask for forgiveness. Oh, go and pray and ask your mother-in-law for forgiveness, because whatever you did to that woman, your son's wife will do double to you. Double, if not even fourple or fifth. It's not funny, but it's not actually funny, because some mother-in-laws have really suffered. They have really, really suffered. The phone line to call is 090-4767-1338. I'll take it again. 090-4767-1338. And I was saying that there will be a program. We'll be holding a program soon. I'll be bringing a guest to talk to us, and the program will be held here in Abuja for those ladies that want to attend, to listen to certain truths and to know how to go about their homes, especially those that are not married, to prepare themselves for marriage and to know how to go about it. Marriage is not easy. It can never be easy, but with wisdom, applying wisdom makes it easy for you. Applying wisdom makes your marriage easy. How do you think people that have lived together for 40 years, married for 40 years, how do you think they live together, they cope together? Because they tend to relate with each other with respect and tend to hold their love so tight. Tomorrow we'll be going further on this topic, which will be the part 2 of this topic, mother-in-law versus daughter-in-law, part 2 tomorrow. Yes, if you know of your friend or your neighbor that really needs to hear this, please just tell them to tune to 89.7 FM tomorrow by 5 p.m. Let them just try and hear this. Today I just wet the floor with this topic. Tomorrow we'll be digging deep on this issue to know where the problem is and how to solve the problem, how to solve it, what to do, especially those that find it difficult to relate with their mother-in-law. Tomorrow you have the opportunity to call in and we'll be giving few advice on how to go about that. Now, if you have a relationship problem, if you have a marital problem or a relationship problem, that you're single, you're dating a man and you have a problem, or you're married and you have a problem with your marriage, you want to call, you don't want your phone number to be on air, you want to call personally, you can call the number. Please, for those calling, I just mentioned these cases. If you call me begging for money, or I will not even answer you. If there is a need for that, we will make known to the general public. I will not listen to what you have to say. The number to call is 07036878937. I'll take it again. 07036878937. That's the number to call if you have any marital issue or relationship challenge you would want to you want advice on. I know them. I've been calling the office line, and you guys refuse to take my calls. Very soon I will stop doing this. I will stop doing this very, very soon. So you can just call in. But I'm doing this because I know that some persons will really need advice, especially marital or relationship advice. I'm doing it because, like I said earlier on, don't bottle up things. If you do bottle up things, it will become depression over time. Yes, it will become depression over time. Don't bottle up things. Look for someone to share your burdens with. Look for someone to talk to. It will really go a long way in helping you, especially helping you bring that pressure down. I'm in the studio. I can pick calls. Be sure that you're calling me for something very, very important. Be very sure of that. This is the much we can take on this edition. Are we on Facebook? Yeah, I want to really thank my viewers on Facebook for tuning. That's for connecting via Facebook to watch our program. And those of you listening on the airwaves, I really want to appreciate you. Thank you so much. Family Circle is actually becoming a community, like I said earlier on. I'm really grateful for the privilege of sitting down, watching or listening to this particular program, Family Circle, on 89.7 FM. Do follow me on Twitter, Esther Usetim FC. Esther Usetim FC, or on Instagram, Esther Usetim. See you same time tomorrow by 5. See you same time tomorrow by 5, where we'll continue this topic. That's the part 2 section of this topic tomorrow. So I urge you to try and tune in, or you connect via Facebook, and also like our page on Instagram. That's on Facebook, ITV Radio Abuja. My Instagram account is Esther Usetim. My Twitter account is Esther Usetim FC. Go follow and join the train. Comments, I will be responding to your comments. Also, you can also send a DM. Thank you so much. I remain your host, Esther Usetim. See you tomorrow by 5 p.m. God bless you. And don't forget, family means the word. Family is everything. Don't you forget that. Thank you so much, and God bless you.